What's going on, guys? Thought I'd make a little video. I haven't made one in a while. So, sometimes in the gun community, we get a little bored and we want something different. I grew up training, when I was 13 years old. The first pistol I ever shot was a full-size, full-frame Beretta M9, my dad's service weapon, actually. And also his 1911 that he's had for probably 30 plus years now. And me personally, this is what I carry every day, Glock 17. It's lightweight, it's cool, it is what it is. I've got an entire chest full of Glock mags. That entire box is full of Glock mags. That bag is full of Glock mags. I've got carbines, multiple carbines that use Glock mags. They're cool, and I wanted something that brought me back. I was like, I want an all-metal gun. But looking around these all-metal Glocks, which you can get all-metal lowers, these things are stupid expensive, and this gun just was never designed to be an all-metal gun. So I said, you know what? Let me stop chasing this idea of an all-metal Glock or a 1911 that takes Glock mags. Everything doesn't have to take Glock mags. I guess I just had an epiphany. And I went back to my nostalgic days and got myself something a little new. So it's not the Beretta M9, but darn it if it's not close. And there's a reason I got this over the M9 or the 92 FS. So I got the Taurus because I wanted a frame mounted safety, much like a 1911. I liked the 1911 over the M9 because if anyone knows, the M9 safety is mounted up here on the slide. But a lot of these parts are interchangeable, and I'm actually going to make a video. Hopefully, my father lives in New York. He does have a permit for his pistols, but he's going to be bringing his M9 down and whenever he comes down again, and I'm going to do like a interchangeability demo and just see what parts fit, what parts don't. But this thing's got some cool features that the M9 doesn't have. Number one, it has basically the same general feel, same general look. The mags are very similar, and they're almost interchangeable, but I guess you got to do some fitting and all that. The little spot right here for the takedown is the same. You hit a button on one side over here and then flip the lever, everything's off. You've got metal guide rod spring, and one thing that I found very interesting about the Beretta and the Taurus is, let's see here, I'm using my foot. By the way, these guns are not loaded, just in case anyone's wondering, because I'm pointing at my foot. The barrel doesn't tilt in these, in case you don't know. The barrel slides back. It's almost like a roller delayed blowback like the MP5 would be, but not as much into it. There's a locking block on the bottom of the barrel. So instead of having a tilting barrel like a Glock or most semi-automatic pistols would have, and instead of it being blowback like a High Point or something of that nature, it's got a locking block in here. So the entire weight of the barrel and slide come back. The block drops, but not the barrel. And then the slide comes back, but that barrel has no tilt. So these are very accurate pistols. This thing, number one, is beautiful. It's all metal. You can use it as a club if that's what you want to do. I've seen people drive nails in with their M9s before. But I wanted to go back to my nostalgic days. I got a leather holster here somewhere. I'll probably get a leather shoulder holster. The magazines are really nice, all metal, 18 round mags. Well, these ones are 17 round mags. You can get 18 round mags and you can get 20 round mags. Super smooth. I don't know about weight or anything like that, but in comparison to, say, a Glock mag, obviously Glock's got a lot of polymer. The Glock definitely weighs less. This is a +2 extension on my Glock mag, so this is a 19 rounder and this is a 17 rounder. It's literally the same length as a factory Glock mag would be without the extender. So not a huge difference or anything. And I'm sure you can get extensions for these. I just haven't tried, but I'm sure you could. So anyways, I digress. The mags feel nice. I will say those springs are wicked tight. Trying to get number 17 in there is a whole pain in the butt, and it's snug. You've got no give. But I digress. So my Glock is on me almost 24/7. If I'm not in the house, this thing's on me. It's in the waistband. I've gone to try quick draws at the range and stuff and gotten real close to slipping my finger in there by accident. It's a little sketchy. There's no safety. I've got alien gear holsters and all that, but the truth is, if anything were to get in there and touch that trigger for whatever reason, it's gonna go off. So I'm not the only one that shoots this pistol, so I wanted something that was a little bit safer. One thing I like about this, hammer fired. I've always loved hammer fire pistols. I've never personally owned one myself until now. Just so you know, there's no round in the chamber, there's no mag, but I'm going to give you a little walkthrough. So, safety, just like a 1911, they actually call these, because Beretta copied Taurus. After Taurus redesigned the M9 and put a frame-mounted safety, Beretta calls it, I think it's like the 92X or something like that. Beretta copies it, but the Beretta model is about $1,200. But as you see, safety works great. You've got safety off, of course, and then a decocker, which is pretty cool. Once you decock it, it's still safety off. Now it's double action. I've already showed you that it's not loaded. It's not a fantastic trigger pull, I'm not gonna lie. But let's see here. Okay, racked it on my bed. Show you the reset. It's very crispy, not gonna lie. I like the way it feels. Feels very nice. So, we'll do one with the Glock. Obviously, this is a striker-fired pistol, so it's gonna be different. The reset is pretty nice on both of them, but the Glock definitely has a heavier trigger. So, this trigger feels a little bit nicer, and it is all metal, and as you can see, it's definitely bigger in comparison to the Glock 19. I believe this has a 5-inch barrel, so a little bit longer than the Glock 17. It's just a full-sized handgun, there's no doubt about it, but I love the way it looks. I like the rail on the bottom. It's just got a nice heavy feel to it. And the price is what's going to surprise you. This gun right here, the way it sits with one magazine from the factory, is about $650 plus taxes. This all metal gun right here, and I'm saying this because everyone's chasing the all metal Glock or the 1911 that takes Glock mags. This all metal, already 9mm gun that was designed to be a 9mm gun that takes metal double stack magazines that aren't very expensive, maybe 20 bucks a piece. This I just bought brand new for less than $500. This is a $459 gun, and I know everyone says Taurus has a bad rap. This is made with Beretta tooling, or sorry, yeah, Beretta tooling in a Beretta factory that Taurus bought from Beretta. To the point where this clone was so good, as I stated earlier, Taurus, the only thing they really changed, other than a few other small things, magazines, where it catches and all that, is the safety. They took it off the slide, put it on the frame. Beretta loved it so much that they actually used that on newer Berettas because it was a better design than the standard M9, which had the safety up on the slide. This thing is flawless. It's beautiful. It's very well made. You can tell by looking at it. I can't line up that front sight to save my life right now. So, yes, about $459 plus taxes and all that. I've been paying on it for the past few months because I really wanted it. I wanted something different. It's beautiful. I just gave you a trigger pull comparison. It's definitely a little bit heftier. You can get the 18 and 19 and 20 round mags for it. One thing I found interesting, unrelated, here is my Sky pistol, CPX-1. I took out the safety and ground this down. This was my wife's, but she didn't shoot it because it really hurt her finger because of the safety. So I disengaged the safety. It is technically a CPX-2 now. You can do that if you know what you're doing. It hasn't caused any ill effects on the weapon. It works fine. It just doesn't have a safety anymore, which is fine because this thing has a freaking, again, unloaded gun. This thing has an unbelievable double action trigger pull. Yeah, not the best defensive gun, but for 159 bucks, can't complain. So I digress. What I realized was it's hard to get mags for these. You can't really buy a bunch of extendo mags, but they're exactly the same size as a Beretta or a Taurus mag. And coincidentally, the Taurus and Beretta mags fit in there. You have to make a little notch just up here for it to work properly. So, but in case you were wondering, yes, the 17 round Beretta mags and Taurus mags do fit in here. So, anyways, something to think about if you own a Sky pistol with minimal modification. You can see right there, you would have to make a notch slightly higher in the Beretta. That's all on the other side. But the Beretta mags and the Taurus mags will work in that Sky pistol. So, off topic, but something cool. Ooh, been looking for that. Alrighty. There you go. That is the Taurus PT92 AFS D. And that is just one beautiful handgun. Thanks for watching.